upstate New York day here in late August. Getting a little bit chilly in the mornings. We got the leather coat back on. We never really took it off because it's New York State, but you know, it's keeping us warm, keeping us alive, non-hypothermic. All right, I want to talk about some advanced riding techniques. Try to help keep you alive and well. Technique number one, I'm going to call it the buddy rule. One of the number one killers of motorcyclists is a car left turning in front of you. You're driving down the road, they don't see you, you're left turning in front of you. Okay? One of the ways you can help prevent this is by placing yourself very close, not very, very close, but like, you know, in the good safe proximity of a car that they hopefully can see. So ideally, you actually want to be, in my opinion, in front of that car. If you're behind them, then they like definitely won't see you. They can try to pull out right after the car. If you're in front of it, and you're not that far in front of the car, they're going to not pull out because they're going to be like, oh, there's a car there, even if they completely miss you, all right? Also, giving them that backdrop, especially if it's a lighter colored car, might help them see you instead of just open space behind you. You know, having a backstop might, your lines of your bike might break up the lines of the car and make it easier to see. Especially though on a two-lane road like this, if somebody were to turn, you know, trying to turn left, if I just kind of huddle myself next to a car, then it's like they really got to mess up to hit both of us, right? So it's just increasing my odds. Now that being said, going to the two-lane road, this is the flow-through traffic rule, okay? So I don't ever like to be the slowest vehicle on the road if I'm on a motorcycle. Now on really busy interstates and stuff, holy crap, sometimes people are going freaking 90, 100 miles an hour literally in cars. And that's, you gotta use your judgment there, decide what you want to do. But I would rather flow through traffic at a little bit above the speed limit and take the risk of, if I do fall, I'm sliding a bit further type thing, than be at the mercy of what cars are doing and constantly getting ridden, or people are driving me into their blind spot and out of their blind spot and stuff like that. I'd rather just be flowing smoothly, so I'm never really chilling in somebody's blind spot as much as humanly possible. You know, because like, that's a super important thing to me, is to stay the heck out of their blind spots. I don't know, I just really think otherwise you could really just be sitting in the slow lane, mind your own business, and bad things can happen. Now this one is, you gotta be careful because it's a fine line between that and just aggressive riding, which I will fully admit that I do sometimes. But if you do it right, I think it's super effective. Alright, so the next one, this one's a little more generic, but heightened observational skills. So when you're riding, you should be looking at every single person's mirror to see kind of what their eyes are doing. Alright, maybe not every single person, but if you're around a car for any length of time, try to see what their eyes are doing. Try to see if they're looking at their phone or they're talking away, or they just look ticked off. You know, I saw this guy the other day, I was in my car, but I saw this guy the other day, you know, yelling at his son. You know, who knows, got bad grades, got suspended from school, I don't know. But the guy was clearly not paying attention to driving as much as he probably otherwise would have been. And that's not to say that he was being dangerous, I don't think he was. But like, it's something to consider because that's going to distract you. I mean, heck, let's be honest, making these videos is ever so slightly distracting. The beauty of editing is I can stop talking if there's a tense situation I need to concentrate for, and then just cut the video and go back to it, which you of course see all the time. But anyway, so that's a huge one to me too. And then profiling. I'm a huge fan of profiling vehicles based on, here's the deal guys, I am one to give everybody in life a second chance. I'll help as many people as I can. I am not judging, I'm not a judgmental person. You all go through different times, good, bad, whatever. I really truly mean that. That being said, if somebody's driving an absolutely beat to death car look like they're tweaking out on meth, have no teeth, dirty, whatever, stuff all in the car, and they're driving erratically, treat them as if they're tweaking out on meth, driving erratically, could literally overdose, lose control of their car, and kill you. Because whether they are or not isn't relevant to the fact that you could die. Okay? You could literally die. For what? Some meth head takes you out? No. Not okay. So, if something looks fishy, you know, trust your gut. Get the hell away from them. And if that means you gotta break the speed limit to get around them, so be it. Do it in a safe manner. Get around them. Get out of there. Get a couple cars in between them and go about your day. Interstate riding in general, I like to be in the left-hand lane. Again, just flowing through traffic. I'm not flying. Like, don't even worry about what the speed limit is. Just compare me to other traffic, right? I'm not flying, but nobody's passing me. And if I come up on a car like this, if they move out of the way, great. If not, I'll hang back for a little while. You know, yeah, and if you're going to go aggressive and do a little speed around, that's your call. Live your life. But I think this is the safest way to ride an interstate. Because look at whatever mess is going on over there, I'm not a part of. And yeah, anybody at any time can pull into my lane, but that's just going to happen no matter what lane you're in. I've also got, not the best shoulder here, but you can squeeze a bike in there in a real bad scenario. So you got a little bit of an out. Obviously, there's the whole right-hand lane. You can tuck yourself between a car and in the lane itself if it's open. So you got a little bit of options. Now, the middle lane gives you some more left and right options. So there's some benefit to that, I guess. But I don't like traffic on both sides of me if I don't have to. It's just harder for me to control the situation. That's the name of the game, guys. When you're on a motorcycle, you got to be in control of your destiny, because car drivers aren't looking out for you in the way that you need to be looking out for you. So if you can control what's going on to some degree, that's the ultimate solution. Another one. This is a classic one that everyone talks about. Maybe it's not super advanced, but you know, gravel and stuff in the roads, road debris. But I'm going to take it one step further. A really advanced rider, in my opinion, not even saying I am, by the way, but I think really advanced rider, even if they know their bike's capable of a certain speed on a certain turn, is very good about only doing that speed if a turn is not, if you can see through the whole turn and it's not blind enough that they're going to potentially hit something in the middle of that turn that they couldn't see at the start of it. That's super critical. That'll give you some pucker factor. You come up on a deer or a person or whatever in the middle of the road. You know, when you were trying to play around a little bit on a back road. Along those lines, you know, like MSF teaches outside, inside, outside cornering technique, which is totally good for a lot of reasons. You know, definitely a good technique to practice. But if the corner's blind, I'll do outside, 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 just because you can see better. Or, yeah, I don't think there's a scenario where inside would help you see. But if there was, I would do that. You know, just pick your cornerings very intentionally based on visibility, right? On the road, we don't care about cornering speed, really. We care about visibility. And I know MSF can only teach so much at a time, so I don't blame them for teaching what they teach. But they should almost mention that. Like, go around a turn within reason, however you have to maximize visibility. Not speed. You know, speed comes later. Speed comes on roads that aren't blind and tracks and stuff like that, right? So that's one thing I would say. Focus on that. So I'm not saying that you should go around like stunting your bike by any means, but I will say this. Ripping some wheelies on this thing has really taught me just more bike control, right? Now, I'm not saying you should pull a wheelie ever in your life, and you don't need to. But what you can do is all that slow speed maneuvering practice. So any of the stuff where you're, you know, doing really tight slow speed circles, dragging your peg kind of thing. I was a cop, and he just blew that freaking light. But anywho, you know, those are really good things to do. Just to get bike control. It's the name of the game, you know? And I talk about bike safety, and then I do that. So, you know, I'm not trying to be a hypocrite. I'm not saying I'm the safest rider by any means. But it's fun as hell, man. Alright, guys. I think that'll wrap this one up. We covered a little bit of everything. So with that being said, as always, thanks for watching. God bless America, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.